Now that George was a numbers pro, he was having a great time, keeping score, watching the game, and rooting for Marco to hit a home run.
Here's the pitch. Looks like it could get out of here. It's going. A fantastic grab by the outfielder. That was the third out. Now the Tiger babies are up.
Sorry, hungry people. My mom's on the phone and I have to talk to her. I wish there was someone who could help you, but there isn't. Really? You can help? Awesome! But first I have to see if you're qualified. It fits! You got the job. Good news, people. This very nice monkey is taking my place. I just served customer number 7, so 8 is next. Hey, Mom, what's up?
After 7 comes 8, then 9, then 10. This was going to be easy. George had no idea what number came after that.
Excuse me, I'm number 16. I should get my drink before 17 gets his pretzel.
Hold on! You can't serve 16 before you serve 14.
What about 13, monkey?
12 comes before 13.
11 is next.
Calm down, people. What's the problem?
He's serving us out of order.
Seriously? Do you know your numbers?
Nice job. Good.
Cool. So what comes after 10? Well, I'll show you. It's easy. Just cover the first part of the number with your hand and look at the second part. See? 1, 2. So 11, then 12. Awesome! Do you want me to take over?
As fun as it was to hand out popcorn, George was eager to get back to the game.
Hey, kid, where you been? Oh, never mind that. It's clutch time. It's the last inning, bottom of the 9th. The score is tied 4-4. There are 2 outs, and Marco's up to bat. But he hurt his foot playing shortstop, and now he can't run. Can you run the bases for him?
So if I hit the ball, will you run for me?
Thanks, kid. Let's go!
This is it, folks. After 2 scoreless innings, it's the Cubby Bears' last chance to break the tie.
Wish me luck, George.
Strike 1. Strike 2. Just a reminder, folks. 3 strikes and you're out.
Come on, Marco. Keep going. Home run! Marco, home run!
I did it! I hit a home run!
Oops! Run, George, run!
If bases were like everything else, then George should run them in order. First base first, second base second, and third base third.
Bring it home, kid! Bring it home!
Slide, George! Slide!
Save!
What a hit! What a slide! The Bears have won the game!
I did it! I hit a home run! And I couldn't have done it without you, George!
We're so proud.
That was a fine hit, Marco, and a fine run, kid. Kid?
There he is! Wow, this is huge!
Hi there. Thanks so much for coming. Play anywhere you want. Adios.
Hey, maybe we should just play right here. George is right. This room is too big. And this is like George's lobby. Too much carpet.
The food court reminded them of Piscetti's. Once again, the lions were too loud. Finally, next to the T-Rex, the band found a perfect spot.
Nice. Is it the dinosaur that makes it sound so good?
George knew it wasn't the dinosaur. It was the size of the room, no carpet on the floor, and the height of the ceiling.
This is a little tune we wrote called Hooray for George.
He's furry, he's sweet, quite light on his feet. He's got a smile for you and an hola for me. We don't know what he'll say, but he'll brighten your day. With a big monkey grin, well, he can show you the way. So hooray for George, bravo, viva. You clap and I'll sing, let's make the song really swing. So hooray for George, bravo, viva. Nothing beats a spunky that a monkey can bring. He likes all our songs and he bounces along. We have so much fun that we can hardly go wrong. So when it's time to play, we give a great big olay! He's our #1 fan and we all want to say, hooray for George, bravo, viva. You clap and I'll sing, let's make the song really swing. So hooray for George, bravo, viva. Nothing beats a spunky that a monkey can bring. Nothing beats a spunky that a monkey can bring. Nothing beats a spunky that a monkey can bring.
All right. Hey, where can we see you play next?
We don't really have a place to play. Not since they tore down the bandstand.
Hold it, hang on. This band is unique. If George is your #1 fan, then I'm your #2, which is why I've just decided to build a new bandstand. And I'd like you to perform on opening day.
Really? Okay, it's a deal.
Thank you, and welcome to the all-new glass bandstand. Please welcome Lobos de Plata. Hit it, George.
Thanks to the new bandstand, Lobos de Plata sounded great, even when Hundley joined in.
Everything that comes into the wastewater treatment plant gets sorted into 3 categories. Oils, mostly from car and truck engines. Sand and grit, from construction or sand used on icy roads in winter. And solids. That means pretty much anything else that ends up in the water. Old shoes, spare parts.
Boats?
Boats? They'd all be right here. Wait, your boat's not here. It's raining.
But the sanitation workers said everything that goes down the drain goes here.
It does, except during heavy rains. The system can't handle all the stormwater and it overflows. Right now, the pipes and tanks are backed up, so anything on its way here isn't going to get here. There. It goes down the river to the ocean.
The ocean? How am I gonna find my history homework in the ocean?
If your history homework is out here, we could find it.
The Albatross is a skimmer boat. She patrols the harbor for floatables. Like that. Floatables are what we call trash in the water that bypass the treatment plant.
There sure is a lot of it.
And it's almost all from people littering on the street. You see, the trash gets washed out here when it rains.
Ah, that plastic ring has got a bird.
Don't worry. We'll help her out and then release her.
My boat! At least I think that's my boat.
There you are. Good as new.
Ah, I wish I could say the same for my boat. My teacher is never gonna believe my homework went down a storm drain and got destroyed. Well, I think I've used that excuse before. And then we went to the filtration plant. But the boat wasn't there because it was raining really hard. And when that happens, the stormwater and wastewater never even makes it to the plant. It all goes right to the ocean. Trash out there is called floatables, and this thing called a skimmer vessel goes and tries to clean everything up. So, in conclusion, that's why my project is dirty and smelly. Oh, and ancient Egyptians used them and stuff.
So, when it rains, everything goes into the ocean? That's awful. Somebody ought to figure out a way to warn people.
Yeah, they should paint a model boat with an X through it on the street drains so some other kid doesn't lose his history homework like I did. And while they're at it, they should paint like birds and fish and little wavy things for water on the street drains. And then, like, paint a coffee cup with an X through it so people know not to litter because it'll end up in the ocean.
That's a very good idea, Steve.
It is? Yeah, it is. Does this mean I get extra credit?
Perhaps. This was a terrific idea for a class project, Steve.
Ah, thanks.
Of course, the bad news is you won't get to be in history class with Betsy next year.
All right!
Citizens of Prairieville, welcome to the ceremony for the joining of the rails. And to drive in the last pin, Sheriff Doorman.
What?
Oh dear, I've lost the pin.
Here he is!
Sorry, excuse me.
Oh no!
This was awful. Hundley had to find that pin.
Need a hand, partner?
We feel just awful about losing the pin.
Prairieville, Prairieville, we won't be going nowhere until we find the pin that flew away and ruined the ceremony.
And ruin the ceremony. Yes!
The deputy thought she might be right. There was too much sand. Then the stranger realized all they needed was a sifter. Something with holes that would let the dirt out but keep the pin in.
Oh!
Who's hungry? After all, what's a Western without a the spaghetti?
Perfect. A really big sifter. The deputy hoped the holy bowl would save the day. Only it didn't. The holes were too big to keep the small pin inside.
Any luck finding the pin?
Last piece of pie. Sure you don't want some?
Suddenly, the stranger knew what to do. If he wanted a sifter with holes the right size, he'd have to make it himself. Luckily, he knew how big the holes needed to be. This was bigger than the pin from the box. If the stranger used it to make holes, the pin would fall through them. But this was a perfect size nail. It would make a hole that would let the dirt out, but keep the pin in.
Well, I'll be.
There it is!
Hey, great job, deputy.
Hey, there it is!
Way to go, Huntley.
You've got the best sifter of all.
Yeah, your nose. Now, who should put in the pin? We don't want to lose it again.
Hey, my town! It's all set up. Aw, and you saved the last pin for me.
Huntley was happy the train was back on track.
This is great! And I've got the perfect name for it. Huntleyville. What do you think of that, Huntley? Huntley?
Prairieville was neat and clean, had the best sheriff you've ever seen. His deputy was on the ball.
Oh no! Huntley picked up a pepper. He needs water.
Oh, coming right up.
George, our piñata doesn't look like a donkey.
Marco was right. A donkey didn't have an extra long body and short, stubby legs. But Huntley did.
That's it. Thank you for posing for us, Huntley.
Huntley was thrilled dachshunds were getting the attention they deserved.
Oops.
And he was even happier to help in the kitchen.
Oh, this looks great. Now we just have to wait for everything to bake.
Yes. But this would be even better if we had Mommy's serving bowls and sarapes.
But how will you get them without Mommy noticing?
We think that since Mommy loves walks, you could take her for a longer walk in the park before coming to an avenue.
Now everything looks just the way Mommy likes it.
We should have gotten her flowers. We can make some.
Oh.
It won't be long now.
Oh, everything smells so good. What's this tasty-looking stuff? Oh, glue water. I need something to get that taste out of my mouth. Oh, maybe a pickle. That was not a pickle.
Oh no, look! They'll think it's the signal.
I miss the kids. Why don't we go get them now? We'll go to a nice restaurant.
They're coming!
Oh no! Put it over here. Quick, everyone, hide!
George, wait. Oh, okay.
Oh my! What a wonderful surprise.
Happy Mother's Day, Mommy! And look, we made you a piñata.
It is beautiful.
It was a masterpiece.
Dale, dale, dale.
Nothing says party like a dachshund piñata.
Pierdes el camino, ya le diste
To the left.
una, ya le diste
Oh, you
dos,
just missed.
ya
Just a
le
little bit
diste
more.
tres,
Oh,
tu tiempo se
higher.
acabó. Oh, you're almost there. Sweet.
This is the best Mother's Day ever.
And I couldn't have done it without George.
On their way home from the circus, the monkey with the yellow balloon and the man with the yellow hat noticed that Professor Wiseman's light was still on.
Don't tell me you're still working, Professor.
Of course, it's only 9 o'clock.
What's this? A foot race?
Mm-hmm. We're trying to raise money for an expedition to the lost city of Oman.
Great cause. I'll sign up for that. Hey, you want to help me train, George? Great. What about you, Professor? Are you going to run?
Me? Oh, I can't run. I've got way too much work.
Poor Professor Wiseman. She doesn't know what she's missing.
The next day, George couldn't wait to start training.
Hey! Wait up!
Stop! I need help!
This was strange. The professor who said she couldn't run was running.
Terrible, absolute disaster!
What, did the T-Rex collapse?
Oh, worse. Anonymous donors. They won't contribute to the expedition unless I run the race.
Oh, but that's great. Races are a lot of fun.
Can you help me train? I don't know a thing about running.
No problem. Let's meet in the park at lunchtime tomorrow.
Terrific! Can't wait.
No, Sharky, look out! Oh, boy.
What? He sprained his ankle? How can I train for the race without him? You want to be my personal trainer? Okay. Well, let's get running. Hey, wait for me!
George thought that to be a trainer, all he had to do was run, and Professor Wiseman would follow. Simple.
George, wait up!
Maybe not so simple.
Oh, I'm so thirsty. Do you have any water? Okay, that's it. I'm done. Sorry, George. I'm too tired to run anymore. We can try again tomorrow.
George's first day as a trainer had not gone well.
Hi, George. Professor Wiseman called. She said you tried to help her train for the race. Well, don't give up. I think it's a great idea. And I found something that might help. It's an old training video I used to watch called Run for Your Life.
You! Yeah, you. Are you ready to run like you mean it?
You might want to take notes.
Tip number 1. Before you hit the road, you gotta get graceful. You gotta stretch those muscles.
When George met Professor Wiseman in the park the next day, he wanted to be ready.
Stretching does feel good. Okay, what's next, George? Time to run? Oh, but not too fast, right? All right, then. Let's go.
I have lost the ability to cook. Oh, my cooking is worse than cat food.
Well, it sure doesn't smell worse. Yuck. Huh. And it certainly doesn't taste worse. Not that I've ever tasted cat food.
You're just being nice. If Gnocchi won't eat my food, there's no point in serving today.
Flour delivery. Oh, it's a nice selection today.
Just to put him down, Hector, thank you.
Okie dokie.
No. No chewing under the flowers today. We just started using a florist. Gnocchi thinks the flowers are snacks for her.
You might as well let her eat flowers. She won't eat my food.
I will talk to Chef. This is what comes of letting a cat make cooking decisions.
George wondered why Gnocchi wouldn't eat the chef's cooking when it was clearly delicious. Maybe tomorrow would be better. Or maybe not.
I'm guessing this means no ravioli for anybody?
There is no hope. We will have to close the restaurant. I'm gonna retire and take up ice sculpture.
Chef,
no, Chef.
Chef.
Oh, no, you have to stay with the food.
closing the restaurant would be a disaster. Where would the chef and Nettie go? How would George get ravioli? George needed to find out why Gnocchi had stopped eating the chef's food. She must be doing something different. George would watch her and see what she was up to. Maybe she wasn't hungry because she was eating somewhere else. George could smell the delicious sausages, but Gnocchi had no interest. So it wasn't just the chef's food that didn't interest her.
You're a monkey, George. You're just not used to kindergarten.
George wanted to be a monkey who was good at kindergarten. What could he do?
Now, castles weren't just for kings and queens. Butlers, maids, cooks, and carpenters lived in them too. Lots of people lived in castles. I've always thought it would be fun to live in a castle, high on a hill overlooking the ocean. In fact, I would like each of you to draw a castle that you would like to live in. Yes, Allie?
What if we would rather live in a submarine?
Then you draw a submarine. Now I have to go talk to the janitor. I'll be right outside if you need me.
George had an idea. Instead of drawing a castle, why not build one? A castle for Mrs. Gold to live in.
What you doing, George? What's he doing? George, Oh, you want to build a castle for Mrs. Gold? Yay! Let's go!
Maybe castles weren't allowed in kindergarten. Maybe he should ask.
The bookshelves, the water, not a problem. But sand in a carpet? That's a problem.
Mrs. Gold, George wants to know if he can build a castle instead of draw one.
Sure. I'll be right there.
Let me tell you about carpets. First, you got your shags. Then there's your area rug family, which is divided into the short pile and the deep pile.
It's not easy building a castle, but George found a way. With bookshelves and blocks for walls, and a curtain for the roof. And every castle needed a window. George's school tool made a great construction level. At last, the castle was ready. All it needed was a tree.
Yes, well, thank you. That was most informative. I'm sure it will look... Oh, my!
It was George's idea, but we helped.
When you said a castle, you meant a castle. Oh, this is wonderful. It's amazing what you can do when you use your imagination and work together and have a monkey to help you.
Yay for George! Yay for George!
It was good being a guest monkey, but it was also good being a plain old regular monkey on his way home.
Some juicer you've got there.
Second best invention in the world. The first is my tasty health drink.
I know these are delicious, but we should save the rest for later, George. Well, okay, I think that's later enough. Boy, that was tasty. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Huh. Right, let's go. Where'd everybody go?
Everybody packed up and left already. But don't worry, they'll be back next week.
A whole week without juice? What was George going to do?
You know, George, if we had our own juicer, we could make the drink ourselves. There's a kitchen supply store right around the corner. Let's go. Oh, boy. I have no idea how to use this. But when in doubt, read the instructions? I guess there are no instructions. Oh, don't worry. Between a smart man and a smart monkey, we should be able to figure it out. Hello? What? Yeah, I'll be right there. Sorry, George. Professor Weissman needs me at the museum. They're picking a new shade of yellow for the main hall. I'll be back as soon as I can.
George figured a smart monkey all by himself should be able to work this thing. Now, what did Juicy J say he put in that drink?
It's got 5 fruits and vegetables, plus a special secret ingredient.
5 fruits and vegetables. All of them seem to be red. Apples are red. And peppers. And strawberries. And watermelons. George didn't know what cabbage was, but it was the last red thing in the fridge. 5 red things. Now all George needed was a special ingredient. A red fish? Why not? Okay, so maybe raw fish is not a special juice ingredient.
I think there's a picture in this book. Here you go. See that blob? That's a germ. Some germs are good for you, but bad germs can make you sick. Well, that's your body. Your nose, mouth, stomach. Those are your lungs. When you sneeze or cough, that's your lungs squeezing together and trying to force out the bad germs. Enough biology. Time for you to rest.
George didn't want to rest. He wanted to get rid of his bad germ. If only he knew how. George saw a face. A face he had seen before. In the mirror. It was him. George's mouth was amazing. It was like a giant cave. A cave with an echo. A squishy floor, which was actually his tongue. And best of all, a spaceship. George could find that bad germ and get rid of it. Just as soon as he figured out how to work that spaceship. George was amazed. He didn't know Gnocchi could drive. George knew they were somewhere above his mouth, but where? Fortunately, Gnocchi had discovered a helpful sign. They were in George's nose. And they weren't alone.
You better look out, cause Toots is in town. I'm in your nose.
Achoo, he's in your nose.
I'm in your nose.
Oh yeah, he's in your nose.
I'll make you sniff it, I'll make you sneeze. You won't be smelling that smelly cheese down to your belly.
Down,
Mosey, I'm down to your belly.
Look out, he's in your belly.
So don't eat a thing, that's my suggestion. Cause I'll be giving you indigestion. Sing it, Johnny.
Go Toots, go.
Oh, I like the sound of that. Do it again.
Go Toots,
yeah. I love this place. Better head to your lungs.
Hey Toots, where you going?
To the lungs.
Oh yeah, he's in your lungs.
Well, I'll be making you wheeze and cough. You better take the whole week off. And if you're wondering who to blame,
don't forget, Toots the name.
Cause we'll be making you sweat and squirm. Cause that's our job. Cause we're germs. Cause we're germs.
Oh, if only we could get the next CD going. That would give us time to find the key. Or Earl.
Well, maybe George can do it.
Oh, he has to push the play button.
A button? Well, George is great at pushing buttons. Which one is it?
The one with the triangle.
Okay.
But the booth is soundproof, so how are we gonna tell him?
Oh, a triangle. Triangle. Huh.
Huh?
What were they doing? Didn't they know there was no time for games? George knew all the Bonnie Smooth songs, and this one was about to end.
The worst thing on radio is dead air.
Oh, he's not getting it. Hey, I can draw a picture.
Why were they coloring? The song was about to end. How could he play more music? The CD was in the player. All George had to do was hit play. But Which button was it? Hey, a triangle. Maybe it was the triangle button.
Good job!
He did it! Bonnie's calling soon, and Earl's still not back! We've got to find that key!
Oh, boy.
This was no time for playing around. Wasn't Bonnie Smooth calling it too? Something had to be done. Answering the phone and playing a CD were easy, but he didn't know how to work the mic and those sliding things. He had the book. Here we go. First the mic, then the slider, then the phone. This looked like a phone interview.
Oh, does he not realize Bonnie Smooth is calling in 5 minutes?
Maybe George can hook up the call. He can make popcorn and program the VCR.
There are a lot of steps.
We could draw another picture. It worked last time.
I think it's too much to show in a picture. I know. We'll make a model.
Done. It looks, terrible.
Close enough. The phone! We forgot the phone!
Hal and Hal?
The call wasn't coming through the phone this time. What had he forgotten?
Hal? Hal and Hal? Oh, I thought I'd missed you. How are you?
He did it! Yes!
My boss always said a monkey could do my job.
Thanks for letting me come on with my new song. I wrote it special for you, you know, and it goes like this. Something good is coming, don't know where or when. I feel my heart a-drumming. How long has it been?
I'm back. Did I miss anything? Hey, there's a monkey in the booth.
Not now. He's in the middle of an interview.
George was very proud of himself. He had run an entire radio station. Maybe someday, he could even learn how to tie his shoes.
Oh, dancing down the sidewalk, swinging on a breeze.
Oh, my little alley cat. Why doesn't she roam? She used to play all day right here in the alley. But now...
Oh. Gnocchi didn't just play in the alley. She played with the things in the alley. But the chef had cleaned them away. George wondered what Gnocchi liked to play with. The material on the back of the carpet was like the bags of rice near the boat. The chef's old door was like the tree in Endless Park. They were both wood. The canvas in the alley was just like the one at the construction site. And the cardboard was like the menu at the Mexican restaurant. And Gnocchi was doing the same thing in most of the photos. Scratching. She wasn't looking for food. She was looking for places to scratch. If you wanted to keep your alley cat at home, maybe you needed places to scratch like the ones where she roamed. The back of the carpet was scratchy, just like the bags of rice near the boat. But where was he going to get a tree? Isn't it beautiful? Now George needed some canvas cloth. The man's painter pants would do just fine. He could put the canvas on this bucket. The last to scratch off his list was cardboard. Now that he'd gathered all his materials, he just had to put them together. His scratching post was all set. But Gnocchi didn't think it was up to scratch. Maybe the chef was right, and Gnocchi would always be an alley cat who roamed. But what if George found a way for Gnocchi to roam at home? In Chef Pischetti's basement, he stacked his carpet pieces like bags of rice, turned his crate into a tree, he set his canvas up high. And his boxes became a menu board. Only instead of burritos, it had bolognese. Now came the hard part, waiting.
You think this will keep my gnocchi at home, Giorgio? Gnocchi, I have a surprise for you. Oh, she doesn't come. It is hopeless. My gatto piccolo, she's here. She likes it. She really likes it. Quick, Nettie, get the accordion.
Now that Gnocchi was scratching at home, soon there would be pasta al dente for everyone.
One gum wrapper? That's your trash? And this is... stuff you want to keep. I see.
Did you find George? Wow-wee! Look at all this trash. This'll earn us another 50 points at least.
Are you saying this is your collection? George, a collection isn't just random stuff you find on the street. A collection has to relate in some way, like a stamp collection or a coin collection or my commemorative pig collection. Okay, you can keep some of this stuff. But not all of it. Find some things that go together and make that your collection. Then put everything else in a bag and bring it downstairs, okay? Thanks.
Finding things that went together wasn't going to be easy. The pirate ship floated on water and was made of wood. The duck floated on water, but it wasn't made of wood. And the heart-shaped box wouldn't float very well at all. What about a collection of round things? He had a lot of those. But wait, that meant he'd have to throw out the ship. Well, since the boat was made of wood, George decided to have a wood collection. But then he'd have to give up his watch. There were blue things and things that were half blue, half green. At last, George knew just what to do.
Okay, it looks like we've weighed all the bags.
Where's George? We can't win without his trash.
This bag is empty.
George, is that the only thing that didn't fit into your collection? Oh, there may be more trash upstairs, but I think we have to go see.
Well, this is highly unorthodox, but okay.
Now, I have to warn you, the apartment may look a little messy, so...
Well, I'll be.
That is beautiful, George.
Beautiful? Oh, it's a work of art.
A color collection. Way to go, George.
And what better way to capture the can-do spirit of Pretty City Day than to turn trash into something, well, pretty? With your permission, I'd like to hang this in the City Art Museum. In fact, I think that would ensure that Pod 7, led by Steve, will be on the Pretty City poster. I hereby declare that Pod 7, led by Steve, is the winner of the City Prettification Contest.
Isn't it great, George? Our picture on a poster, thanks to your work of art. Hey, that looks like a number 2 carbon pencil stub. Nice yellow.
This was a good beginning of a whole new collection. George needed a way to tell which foot was which.
How's this? Dear Allie, I'd love to come to your party, but I have chicken pox. Measles?
Okay, now, blue is left and red is right. But which one's first?
George wondered what was the best way to put these in order.
Numbers? Good idea.
Hey! We've been looking all over for you.
We saw your bike outside. Are we going fishing?
Well, as soon as I learned the box step.
The box step, you say?
Question, which steps are fast and which are slow?
I get it. The quick steps are smaller because they take less time. You're pretty smart for a city kid. It's hopeless. We know left from right, fast from slow, where to go, and when to go there, and we still can't dance. What is this map missing?
We step in time. The music keeps us together.
The problem wasn't the map. It was music. They needed some to keep them together.
Quick,
quick,
quick.
slow. Quick, quick, slow. Quick, quick, slow.
We're doing it! We're dancing!
At last, the big night was here, and George and Bill were ready.
Boy, I'm glad I didn't have to move to outer Gitchy Goomy. Wait a minute. We can't go in there. I can't put this goofy map on the floor. Do-de-do, I'm such a bad dancer, I need a map.
That would look a little silly.
Does this make me look like I have mumps?
Hiya, George. Hey, Bill. Thanks for coming to my party. Did you go to the dentist?
What are we going to do?
What's wrong?
My shoe is untied.
But it's Velcro.
I need to tighten it.
Oh, okay.
How can we remember the dance without the map?
And then George saw it.
Hey,
The box step was shaped like a box.
I see. All we have to do is make a box with our feet. May I have this dance?
Why, certainly.
Sure. Hey, that's some fancy dance.
Bill, you danced beautifully.
And George, too. I wish I knew that dance.
You mean you don't know it?
The only dance I know is this. Whoops. But your dance looks fun. And I've got the perfect song. It makes me think of you, George. Aww.
Where's my banana? All right.
Left is blue and right is red.
The George School of Dance was definitely getting off on the right foot.
Our next job is walking the dogs. 20 minutes? Let's go. Come on.
Bill and George had to run fast and mow fast. And paint fast, but they managed to stick to their schedule.
We finished on time. Oh no, it's raining. Now what are we gonna do?
There was nothing to do but wait until the rain stopped.
We lost an hour waiting for the rain, and now we have to repaint the shed. We'll never catch up.
George got an idea how they might make up the lost time.
You take half the jobs and I take the other half? Split the schedule? Why not? It's still the schedule. We're just doing it separately, right? Keep your cards in order!
Even though it had stopped raining, the weather wasn't cooperating. It was too windy for apple picking.
Hello, George. I was just about to make myself a sandwich. Would you like one?
George thought a sandwich sounded wonderful. But eating wasn't on the schedule. Well, now it was.
This is a lot, George.
They told us down at the store about you and Bill wanting to buy a kite by Monday morning.
So you're saying the weather got in your way? Well, that's why you gotta make hay while the sun shines.
That's farmer's talk. Means you can't fight the weather. When it rains, you stay inside and fix the tractor. When it's sunny, you go outside and mow the hay.
George realized that he had outside jobs and inside jobs. Maybe, instead of fighting the weather, he should just come up with a new schedule.
What do you suppose got into him?
An idea, most likely.
Why won't this weather cooperate? What are you doing here? A visit isn't on the schedule. Stop! You're getting the cards out of order.
George rearranged the cards into two groups. Inside jobs they could do while the weather was bad, and outside jobs for when the sun was shining.
Can stacking, basement cleaning. Okay, those are inside jobs. Apple picking and raking. Those are outside jobs. So you're saying, do the inside jobs now? Huh. That's a great idea, George. I should have thought of that. Come on.
For the rest of that day, Bill and George did their inside jobs. And the next day, when the weather was good, they finished all their outside jobs.
Good job, George. Good job, Bill.